welcome all of you to our third International Forum for University Design. We are delighted to have all of you here today, and we look forward to a very interesting and stimulating program. My name is Catherine Moreland. I'm the director of the University Design Institute at Arizona State University, and it's my pleasure to be part of our program today. The University Design Institute is a joint program between Arizona State University and Sichuan University. And so we have words of welcome from three important players who helped to create this program. And so first I'd like to call on President Michael Crow, who is the president of Arizona State University. He has been president of this university since the year 2002. In your program, you have a short biography of each of our speakers, and you can read a little more about President Crow at your leisure. But let me ask him to come and give his words of welcome as the opening of our program.
Good morning, everyone. Let me welcome you to this forum, and it's great to see Madam Wu here, who was Vice Minister of Higher Education when we began this initiative 3 years ago. Our previous two meetings have been held in China, and this is our first meeting in the United States, and we invited a small group of individuals here to have a more intimate conversation about the question of university design. I think all of us, whether we're from China or Europe or America or Australia or wherever we happen to be from, are faced and going into this century with the same kinds of challenges. And the challenges, setting aside the present economic issues in the United States and the present economic issues in other parts of the world, are what teachers and educators should wish for. More people wanting to be educated, more people needing to be educated, more people wanting the quality of life to be enhanced, more people wanting sustainability and other kinds of positive environmental outcomes. And so the notion of somehow taking on the task of university design 3 years ago was something that we thought was an interesting area to work together. Madam Wu visited us in Phoenix, which is a brand new American city that 50 years ago had 150,000 people and today has 4 million people and is sort of finding its way in terms of how it's evolving. And so we found a mutual interest. And the mutual interest was, how do you build great universities that can be both accessible and excellent at the same time? How do you build great universities that can have broad programs and broad curricula and at the same time be accessible to students from families in many, many backgrounds? And how do you take two countries in particular, China and the United States, two of the three largest, from a population perspective, countries on the planet, and how might we facilitate learning among and between universities so that from that learning among and between universities we can sort out what the university models might be for the future, not abandoning the past, but learning together in a sort of design-build kind of mode. China is involved in the building of many new universities and is involved in the transformation of many of their existing universities, movement away from sector or industrially focused universities to comprehensive universities, as well as the building of research universities. In America, we have some universities that are continuing to grow and continuing to evolve, and we have other universities that are more traditional or base in their activities. And so in this particular situation, what we've tried to create is a mechanism or a forum for learning, not just between China and the United States, but between China and the United States and others, learning how to build the universities that we need in the future. And so the purpose of this institute from its outset has been to facilitate the learning and creativity process, not about the academic programs such as engineering or science or the humanities or the social sciences themselves or in and of themselves, but rather the design of the institutions, the design of the universities, this notion of how you build universities is one that's complicated. Universities, at least in the West, are institutions that have evolved from Greek tradition through European tradition into American tradition and American innovation, of which there has been substantial amounts of both. And in China and in other parts of the world, it has often been the use of some of those same models in the local setting that has emerged universities unique to their settings. Well, now as we face this world where we would like to have more college graduates, better college graduates, more globally engaged individuals, from a range of perspectives, what do those universities need to look like? What are the options for the building of those universities? What are the mechanisms for the building of those universities? And how might we facilitate learning from each other? That's what the purpose of this institute has been. That's what we are focused on, and that's how we are moving forward. Our partner, Sichuan University, for those of you that aren't aware of Sichuan University's location in Chengdu, Chengdu is a small Chinese village of 11 million people. In the Sichuan province, a small province of 90 million people. And it turns out that Chengdu and Phoenix are sister cities, and our universities are very similar, so Madam Wu suggested that we become sisters. And so we have evolved our sisterhood to the highest possible level. So we've been learning from each other, and then also with the leadership of the ministry, advancing this notion and this program and this project about university design. So my hope for this meeting is that we will find ways among the various folks that are here from around the world to learn from each other. That's what these meetings are about, to focus on the learning process. And that's the principal hope that we have, so I'd like to thank you. I'm speaking Midwestern English, and so it's a particular accent that some people find grating, and so hopefully the translators can weed that out. And so, welcome.